Okay, friends, let me introduce this course of solar project financing. Before we go into the financing part of it, I may like to discuss why we have considered solar project financing. Solar is a very important talk of the town these days. The reason is sun is an infinite source of energy. There are 5 basic reasons why we need to do solar energy. One, it does not require any fuel. So as long as sun is shining, the solar panels will keep producing electricity, and that is the reason gradually you are finding much of the new installations are happening through solar PV. Almost 50% of the new capacity installations are through solar. Globally, there is a movement towards net zero, and every organization wants to reduce their footprint. And the second reason of why we wanted to go about solar is it's a green source of energy. It's a clean source of energy. It does not pollute. So that's the reason solar energy is finding ways. Every organization wants to mitigate their GHG emissions, and that is the reason solar energy is getting importance. The third reason is that it is a decentralized source of power generation. You can install solar plant at any point. You can install it in desert. Rather, it is creating jobs in remote areas. So you don't need any prime land like a land near a lake or near the sea where you want a cooling tower to happen. So it's a decentralized source of power. You need not to have this plant near a coal pit. So if you have the solar energy at a decentralized level, it not only generates electricity, but for government, it is helpful to create jobs in remote areas. You see in India, solar installations are happening in extreme areas. It is happening in Leh, Ladakh. It is also happening in Jaisalmer and the desert. Even African countries are also adopting solar. So it's a very important factor to consider. Every country, especially in case of India, we are heavily dependent on fuel import. 70% of our GDP goes in fuel. So we are also keeping our fuel security by installing the solar plant. So the country's economic growth is also associated with the renewable, especially solar has become very price competitive. And this technology is moving very fast. Just I give you few numbers. Every year we are adding some hundreds of gigawatt of solar installation. In India, we have over 170 gigawatt of renewable, and half of that is solar installation. So technologically, the module size which was there earlier 250 watt has now reached to 540 watt or 660 watt. The technology is moving so fast that you will have rollable solar, you can stick solar on your building. So there are multiple applications coming, and that is the reason solar power installation has become in a big way. And because these are capital intensive projects, the financing requirement becomes very, very important while you are doing solar project. And that is the reason we relate solar with finance. Let us discuss what all we are covering in this. Now let us discuss why financing becomes important while we are doing solar projects. As we know that the solar power projects are capital intensive projects. Typically they cost about 4 crore rupees per megawatt. So the high cost cannot be arranged just like that. It has to attract a lot of capital from financing institutions. And that is the reason finance become very, very important. The second aspect is this technology has got so much of rush that the growth of solar is happening at the rate of 400% per year. And the solar projects are subjected to reverse bid process. So there's a cutthroat competition in securing the power purchase agreement. You may have seen in news articles that the solar energy price has reached as low as 2 rupees per kWh. So such a low priced installations, the return on investment becomes very, very important. And that is the reason if you have to manage your return on investment, then the financing cost, if your tariff is 2 rupees, 70% of the cost of that tariff is in the finance. So the finance plays a very important role apart from the technology side. Rather, 70% role in this 2 rupees per unit is the role of financing, and 30% role is technology. So financing plays a very important role, and arranging finance, because it is a large capital intensive project, becomes very much challenging. The third aspect which we want to bring to your notice is that solar installation is happening through multiple business models. On one side, you are selling electricity to the grid. On the other side, you are selling electricity through a rooftop solar project and giving electricity under a RESCO model to the end user directly. In the third model, you are installing somewhere and selling electricity through open access. In certain cases, you are giving solar asset on lease basis to the guys. So there are various project structures. And if these structures are multiple and diverse business models, then each business model will require a different financial model. Not a single financial model can be used in each case. There are multiple types of cash flows, multiple stakeholders. Sometimes you are getting subsidies, sometimes you are getting some additional benefits in terms of carbon credit or RECs or other. So all those cash flows have to be accommodated in your financial model. So financial modeling plays a very, very important role even while you are analyzing the project viability and participating in a bid. You have to keep checking your financial model, whether it is viable at this tariff, or this tariff. So it is a very high expertise. If you are champion on financial models of a solar project, then you are a key person in that organization. And the last and important issue is that if you are doing solar, you have to keep on arranging financing, because you add capacity, you have to have finance. So arranging investments or attracting investment, you have to show the project viability, and how the project viability is shown is the financial modeling. So financial modeling is the crux for the newcomers who are students. For them also it is important that they should learn the cash flow. In this course we have focused on ABCs of financial modeling. Now let us discuss why finance. So let me tell you what all we are covering in this course. So we are explaining you step-by-step procedures to prepare a financial model. So we will start with understanding basics of the financial modeling. We will also understand the key terms and the difference between a project finance or a corporate finance, how these different type of financing structures are important for each organization. We will also include some case studies. We will have case study for a rooftop project. We will also have a case study for a ground mounted project. And we will give you step-by-step guidance how to build your financial model. You should learn how to evaluate multiple scenarios from your financial model. We will share multiple case studies and the financial models also in this course with you. I am sure with me you are going to enjoy this course. We have put our hands-on experience in this course, and we will share some live case studies of the project, and we will also tell you how the developers are able to attract the low cost as low as 2 rupees per unit. So we will also do reverse engineering, how these reverse biddings are happening and people are reaching such a low tariff. So welcome to this financial modeling course. And I'm sure with first screen's experience and with my team, you will be able to enjoy this course. Open your laptop, work with us. We will share the financial model also with you so that you can play around with your own numbers.